Welcome to the Checkered Floor Garage. My name's Frank, and this is part 3 of a video series I'm making to tilt my engine and replace my stator. In this part of the video, I'm going to finally be able to do exactly that. Tilt the engine and get this new stator in. Come on. I'm going to start by first taking off this left side footrest. I got my wrench stuck here. There's not enough room to take off this bolt. So you know what? Let's start by taking off this shift lever. It's a 10 mil bolt here. And then just take note of this little indicator dot here. I'm going to line this back up with the slit here during reassembly. All right, take that out. And this should be able to pull straight out. There we go. And that frees up space for my wrench here. Next, I'm going to remove this right side engine frame piece. To start, I'm going to take off these bullet-style connectors for the rear brake lever. These two 12 mil bolts. Move them with a wrench or a socket here. All right, set these bolts aside. Everything that I've taken off of this bike so far have required some pretty basic hand tools. Wrenches, socket adapters, socket extenders. But this guy, these two bolts up here, will require something that you may not already have. It's like this big old Allen key tool. I've got a whole bunch of these, metric and imperial, and then you attach them to a wrench. I see what's happening. That bolt is spinning, so I'm going to have to get a wrench and hold on to that. Break that loose. Okay, now come the two big old Allen bolts. This is the set that I have. The few times that I've used these big hex bits, they've really come in handy. They're 1/2 inch, and you can find them on Amazon, auto parts store, the usual. Do the same thing for these two down here. There we go. All right. Pull this rear brake wire through. Set that aside right there. Don't forget to grab the two bolts. Next, I'm going to remove this engine mount location for the rear cylinder here on the left side of the bike. And it's a 14 mil wrench here and a 17 mil wrench on the opposite side. Oh no, it's stripped. Wow, I'm actually pleasantly surprised I've made it this far before I've reached like some kind of, hiccup. Wow. All right, let's break this loose. There we go. Still a little hot. Take off that piece, and I'm just going to tap this out. And then during reassembly, this long bolt will go in from the right side, and then there are these spacers that go in between the exhaust manifold there and this engine mount location. Next, I'm going to take off this right side mount, just to make myself some more space for when the engine gets tilted in a little bit. Before I proceed any further with removing more engine mount bolts, I supported the engine with a tow strap and a car jack here, so let me show you what that looks like. make sure you get a nice secure grip onto the frame. I wouldn't recommend anything like these brackets that get welded onto the frame. I just wouldn't want to break the bracket. And also, as you get the hook on, just make sure that there's no wires or anything that's crimped under there. So get a good hook there. I've got that coming over and then down around this piece here, and it goes underneath the engine. So from the left side of the bike, the tow strap continues following the engine, going like underneath the frame here. And I got it going up. Again, underneath the wiring loom. I have it towed around here, avoiding these cables here. I got it coming back. This was just because I had a really long tow strap. Under this swing arm bolt here. And then let's go back over to the right side of the bike. Just got it coming up and hooked onto here, the main part of the frame. All right, so I can tighten and loosen the ratchets from right underneath the bike. To prevent the motorcycle from rolling forward and off the center kickstand, I'm just gonna clamp down the front brake here. Got a little bit of looseness in the tow strap to allow some flexibility for the engine to come down a little bit. And I've got the car jack up and secure, holding up a little bit of upwards pressure. And I've got a car jack back here holding this drive assembly. So let's get some more bolts off. Next, I'm going to break loose this front engine mount with two 14 mil wrenches and a socket. Okay. And then these two 14 mil bolts here. So far, no engine movement yet. All right, up comes the front bolt. Wow, look at that. Over here is on the right side of the bike. This is the left side. So I'm just going to put things back to make reassembly easier. That way there's not as much guesswork. All right, I think the last bolt I got here is this bottom one here. So I'll do the same thing, 14 mil on each side. Let's break this loose. Get some more of this penetrating oil. You know, it shouldn't be on too tight. I had a dealer replace the stator back in 21, so it's only 4 years of, you know, stuck. Unless, of course, the dealer put this on too tight. There we go. Whew. This penetrating oil for the win. This video is not sponsored or anything, but damn, does that stuff work? It smells really good, too. Nut and this washer piece. Next, I'm going to hit this bolt out, tap it out. Next, we got to pull the engine forward to get it off of the splines here from the drive shaft. It helps to have a second person spot and watch the engine, make sure it doesn't kind of get unbalanced. In this case, I'm using my wife. Thanks, sweetie. So what I'm doing here, what we're doing is trying to move the engine forward and off the splines first, and then we can tilt it further to the right and down. Off camera, I took off this 8 mil bolt here for the clutch cable. This went right under there. And I also took off this 8 mil bracket here. This was right in there. So that way I can feed this out of the way. And the next challenge is clearing the frame away from this shift shaft here. Just make sure you also take off these zip ties here from the factory. That way everything, nothing's stuck onto the frame as you're trying to pull the engine away. Next, I'm just going to get this boot out of the way. I had this supporting block over here, and it was too far back, and the engine was tilting down over here. So I repositioned the block here to like more so the front corner of the engine. What me and my wife have been doing is we lowered the engine here from the front, and then once there's a lot of tension on this ratchet strap, I come back here, loosen the ratchet strap a little more, and then tilt the engine more. All the while, as the engine's coming down, we're making sure of a couple things. We want to clear this shift shaft away from the frame for a little bit. My shaft was actually laying on the frame, so you want to push the engine to the right and down. And then now that we got some good space here, you can take out the air box. All right, so here's what all this looks like so far. Got some good, decent tension on the toe strap holding up the rear of the engine. I've got some pretty good space here. I'm going to start removing the side cover to see if I can't get the stator replaced right now, or if I got to tilt the engine more to the right. All right, that's how far the engine is tilted over to the right as of now. Maybe like half of a cylinder head's width. That's where the car jack is. Also make sure that the front cylinder manifold, the exhaust manifold here, clears this part of the frame. You can also take this off. I was about to, but didn't need to. I was able to clear. Okay, here's the toe strap right around this part of the transmission housing. Another thing to keep in mind as you're lowering and tilting the engine is this cable for the car. You can go ahead and remove it. I'm going to keep it on. Just don't lower the engine too much that you pull on this. Now there are 10 8mm bolts going all around this left side stator cover. So go ahead and take all those off. Some of these bolts already have different patterns. So what I'm going to do is just mark here on the cylinder my starting point, and then I'm going to keep track of these bolts here going in a clockwise fashion. One will go there, two will go there, and so on. Removed all 10 bolts, put them here in this nice little diagram. Now let's take off this side cover. Maybe I can pull it from here. Careful with the engine. Oh, I gotta move this. All right, so I'll admit this is probably not ideal, but I bent this bracket up and out of the way. That way I can get this stator case off. I've done this before when I had a leak from down here, so that's why I was comfortable doing it again. The better way, come over here, take off this nut. I took off this side cover here with these 3 screws. They look Phillips head, but they're actually JIS. So these are the screwdrivers that I have. That way I can access these and other screws and not strip them on these Japanese motorcycles. Here's what it looks like in here. Let's continue trying to pry this piece off. Okay, I think I got it. Final push, or pull rather. I think what's helping me is this penetrating oil, and I'm spraying that around the shift shaft here. And let's get this one final pull. There we go. All right, let's push the engine a little bit more to the right. And a little more. Come on. Here we go. Just need a little more. Oh, I got it. To get this old stator out, it's a 5mm Allen key. Oh boy. Oh, wow. That's on tight. Ow. Okay. I'd use one of these and attach it to the wrench, but the smallest I have is 7mm. We need 5. There we go. it over here and just carefully cut this zip tie. This zip tie is holding the wires together, both for the stator and the pickup coils. This can just be peeled back. First is this rubber grommet for the pickup coils, and then behind that, this rubber piece for the stator can slide on out. Fish these old stator wires out. This thing is toast. I don't have much electrical draw on my bike at all. Got a LED headlamp, LED rear turn light, turn signals and brakes, and no accessories. You know, just a dash camera. I'm trying to find any information that would tell me who made this crap stator that lasted less than 4 years. 15,000 miles on my bike. Part number here is 909050. But this new one that I got from Electrosport, it's also 909050. When I called the dealer who put this stator in my bike 4 years ago, they said that they most likely went with Rick's Motorsport stator. And I'm hoping that this one from Electrosport, if they are different, hopefully they're not both Electrosport, but hopefully this one, which was designed specifically as a more robust option for the Vulcan 750, I can get more use out of this one. I don't want to be doing this every 3 to 4 years. As one of my favorite YouTubers says, Chris Fix, out with the old and in with the new. Go ahead and feed the new stator wires through the opening here. I'm going to line the holes up here for the bolts, like that. Here's what that looks like on the other side. Get some thread locker, and we'll put these 3 bolts back on. Go around here in a pattern and just snug these all down pretty good. I'm going to wrap up the video here. In the next part, I'm going to start by cleaning the mating surface here and on the engine, get the new gasket on, and start putting everything back together. So if you have any insight as to what can cause a toasted and burnt out stator like this, drop it in the comments below. I'm really interested in learning more, but also in trying to possibly prevent this from happening again. I'll see you guys in part 4 soon. Until then, have a good one. Thanks for watching.